The Eurovision Song Contest 2014 was the 59th annual Eurovision Song Contest. The contest took place in Copenhagen, Denmark, following Emily de Forest's win in the 2013 contest in Sweden with the song "Only Teardrops." This was the third time that Denmark hosted the contest, the most recent previous occasion being in 2001. The two semi-finals took place on the 6th of May and the 8th of May 2014, and the final on the 10th of May 2014. The shows were presented by Lise Ron, Nikolaj Koppel and Pilau Asbak. The show organizers from Copenhagen all in all spent 112 million Danish kroner on the contest, 3 times more than what was expected, and were, furthermore, highly accused of cases of nepotism within the organization. The host broadcaster, Dr., chose the B&W Hallen as the host venue after considering several bids from cities and venues across Denmark. 37 countries participated. This includes the return of Poland after a 2-year absence and Portugal after a 1-year absence. Overall, there were 2 fewer countries competing compared to the previous year, making 37 participants, the smallest number since 2006. Bulgaria, Croatia, Cyprus and Serbia announced their withdrawal from the 2014 contest. San Marino and Montenegro both qualified for the final for the first time. The winner was Conchita Wurst with the song "Rise Like a Phoenix," written by Charlie Mason, Joey Pachelka, Ali Zukovsky, and Julian Maas for Austria. This was Austria's first win in the competition since 1966. Jokes made about Wurst had sparked controversy, whilst Russia were booed several times during the contest. The Netherlands and Sweden finished second and third respectively, with the former achieving their best result since their victory in the 1975 contest. Armenia finished fourth, which equals their best result to date, while Hungary finished fifth, achieving its best result since its fourth place in 1994. Of the Big Five, only Ruth Lorenzo of Spain achieved a place in the top 10. A new record of 195 million viewers for the Eurovision Song Contest was reported. The official compilation album of the 2014 contest was released by Universal Music Group on 14 April 2014, and featured all 37 songs from the contest, including the official #JoinUs theme performed during the interval act of the grand final. The host broadcaster, Dr., and the EBU won the International TV Award at the Ondas Awards for their production of the contest. Location. On 2 September 2013, Danish public broadcaster Dr. announced that it had chosen Copenhagen as the host city for the 2014 contest. The contest was held at the former shipyard Reef Challion, in the B&W Hallen, with the social networking #JoinUs as the motto. The location had been refurbished to accommodate the event, with the surrounding area transformed into Eurovision Island, an Olympic Park-inspired complex housing the event venue, press center, and other amenities. The mayor of Copenhagen, Frank Jensen, declared in late August that the city would contribute to the budget with 40 million. He also announced that the aim was to make the Eurovision 2014 into the greenest contest to date since Copenhagen had been elected European Green Capital for 2014. Bidding phase 5 cities had been considered as host city of the contest, including Herning and Copenhagen, both favorites to be the next host. The Parken Stadium, located in Copenhagen, which hosted the 2001 contest, and Jysk Bank Boxen in Herning, which hosted the Dansk Melodi Grand Prix 2013 final, were the first venues to join the bidding phase. Later, Fredericia and Aalborg entered the phase with the Messer C and Gigantium venues, respectively. The fifth city to join the phase was Horsens, with the venue being the courtyard of the former Horsens State Prison. In the event that Horsens had been chosen to host the contest, the courtyard would have been covered by a permanent glass roof. The contest was provisionally set to take place on 13, 15 and 17 May 2014. However, the dates were later brought forward a week in order to accommodate the candidate cities. On 17 June 2013, the municipality executive of Aalborg decided not to bid for hosting the contest due to the city's lack of sufficient hotel capacity. While Drive required the host city to have at least 3,000 hotel rooms, the city of Aalborg had only 1,600 hotel rooms, more than half of which had been booked for other events taking place at the same time as the Eurovision Song Contest. On 18 June 2013, Dr. announced that formal bids on hosting the contest had been received by the municipalities of Copenhagen, Herning and Horsens, and that the municipality of Fredericia had confirmed its intention to place a formal bid too. On 19 June 2013, the deadline for placing bids on hosting the contest, it was reported that Wonderful Copenhagen, the official convention, event and visitors bureau of the Greater Copenhagen area, had proposed 3 different venues in its bid on hosting the contest. The Parken Stadium, a large tent on the grounds of Dr. Bayern, and the B&W Hallen. On 25 June 2013, the municipality of Fredericia announced that the Triangle region had withdrawn its bid on hosting the contest due to the lack of a suitable venue. Dr. required the hosting venue to have no pillars blocking any views and an interior height of at least 16 meters. However, no venues in the region met those requirements and, therefore, Fredericia was no longer in the running for becoming host city of the 2014 Eurovision Song Contest. On 28 June 2013, Anders Horsholt, CEO of Parken Sport and Entertainment, stated that the Parken Stadium was no longer in the running for hosting the contest due to several football matches having already been scheduled to take place at the stadium in the weeks leading up to the contest. Format: the competition consisted of 2 semi-finals and a final, a format which has been in use since 2008. The 10 countries with the highest scores in each semi-final qualified to the final, where they joined the host nation Denmark in the 5 main sponsoring nations: France, Germany, Italy, Spain and the United Kingdom. Each participating country had their own national jury, which consisted of 5 professional members of the music industry. Each member of a respective nation's jury was required to rank every song, except that of their own country. The voting results from each member of a particular nation's jury were combined to produce an overall ranking from first to last place. Likewise, the televoting results were also interpreted as a full ranking, taking into account the full televoting result rather than just the top 10. The combination of the jury's full ranking and the televote's full ranking produced an overall ranking of all competing entries. The song which scored the highest overall rank received 12 points, while the 10th best-ranked song received 1 point. In the event of a televoting or jury failure, only a jury televoting was used by each country. On 20 September 2013, the EBU released the official rules for the 2014 contest, which introduced rule changes regarding the jury voting. The rules aimed at providing more transparency regarding each 5-member national jury by releasing the names of all jurors on 1 May 2014 prior to the start of the contest, and providing each juror's full ranking results after the conclusion of the contest. In addition, jury members on a particular nation's jury can only serve as a juror if they have not already participated as such in one of the preceding 2 contest editions. Semi-final allocation draw. The draw that determined the semi-final allocation was held on 20 January 2014 at the Copenhagen City Hall. Prior to the allocation draw, on 24 November 2013, it was announced that Norway and Sweden would perform in different semi-finals in order to maximize the availability of tickets for visitors from both countries. A draw at the EBU headquarters determined that Sweden would perform in the first semi-final, while Norway would perform in the second semi-final. The EBU also allocated Israel to the second semi-final after a request from the delegation in order to avoid complications with the national holiday coinciding with the date of the first semi-final. The remaining participating countries, excluding the automatic finalists, were split into 6 pots, based on voting patterns from the previous 10 years. The pots were calculated by the televoting partner DGAME and were as follows. Running order as in 2013. The host broadcaster Doctor and the producers determined the running order for each show, with only the starting position of the host nation being determined by draw. A draw which took place during the heads of delegation meeting on the 17th of March 2014 in Copenhagen determined that Denmark would perform 23rd in the final. On the 24th of March 2014, the running order for the 2 semi-finals was released. Prior to the creation of the running order for the final, an allocation draw was held during the semi-final winners' press conferences following the conclusion of each semi-final and during the individual press conferences on the 6th of May 2014 for the Big Five. The draw determined whether the country would perform in the first or second half of the final. The producers published the final running order shortly before 0200 CEST on the 9th of May 2014. Ukraine were drawn to perform first, whilst the United Kingdom were drawn to perform last. Crimea. The contest was held in the immediate aftermath of the 2014 Ukrainian Revolution, Russian military intervention in Ukraine, and the crisis in Crimea, in which Crimea was annexed by Russia. Votes cast through Ukrainian telecom providers which service Crimea were counted towards Ukraine's votes. Graphic design. The graphic design of the contest was revealed by the EBU on the 18th of December 2013. The theme art comprises a blue and purple diamond. Within it the generic Eurovision Song Contest logo featuring the Danish flag as well as the hashtag and slogan, #JoinUs, at the center of the diamond. The postcards used to introduce a country and the participants were shot in their respective countries and featured the artists using unique ways to create their country's flag. E.g., the postcard for the United Kingdom features Molly creating the Union flag from Routemaster buses, a Royal Mail vans, and people wearing blue raincoats along with strips of red and white paper, and the postcard for Denmark featuring Bassam and his singers using old furniture and red and white paint to paint the Danish flag. The postcards then ended with the act taking a picture on a camera or phone and a close-up of the resulting artwork was shown on screen. The flag created by the artist is then captured into a diamond and it transitions to the official flag. It then swirls round for the beforehand details of the artist, composer. For example, the entry for San Marino features the painting of the flag that Valentina Moneta created, transitioning into the official flag for San Marino. National host broadcaster Pernilla Godbo was appointed by DR's Director General, Maria Råbyron, as the executive producer for the contest. 3 days after Denmark's victory at the 2013 contest, Maria Råbyron stated in an interview that, by choosing Pernilla Godbo, we have a person who has all the necessary leadership skills, which are essential in order to run a project of this magnitude, and the technical insight for such a large TV production, which the Eurovision Song Contest is. Godbo has worked for the host broadcaster for 17 years, 12 of which was in the role of supervisor of the Dr. Medi service. In March 2014, the host broadcaster Doctor invited Jessica Mauboy to perform during the interval act of the second semi-final on the 8th of May 2014. Part of DR's recognition of Australia's loyalty to the Eurovision Song Contest, Mauboy performed the song, Sea of Flags, during the interval act. Participating countries. 37 countries participated in the 2014 contest. Bulgarian broadcaster Bulgarian National Television, Croatian broadcaster Hrvatska Radio Televizija, Cypriot broadcaster Cyprus Broadcasting Corporation and Serbian broadcaster Radio Television of Serbia withdrew from the 2014 contest. Other absent countries that previously have participated are Andorra, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Czech Republic, Luxembourg, Monaco, Morocco, Slovakia and Turkey. Portugal returned to the contest after their one-year withdrawal from the 2013 contest. Poland returned after last participating in 2011. Returning artists Valentina Moneta represented San Marino for a third and final consecutive year, having previously represented the microstate at the 2012 and 2013 contests. This makes Moneta the fourth main singer to compete in 3 consecutive contests, following Lisa Sia and Corrie Brocken, who both competed in the 1956, 1957, and 1958 contests, and Udo Jürgens, who competed in 1964, 1965 and 1966. Paula Selling and Ovi returned as a duo, having previously represented Romania in 2010. The Tolmashevi sisters, who represented Russia, previously participated in and won the Junior Eurovision Song Contest 2006. Macedonian backing vocalist Tamara Todevska previously represented Macedonia in 2008. Martina Majula, who represented Slovenia in 2009 and provided backing vocals numerous times for Croatia, Montenegro and Slovenia, returned as a backing vocalist for Montenegro. Results. Full semi-final results including televoting and results from the individual jury members were released shortly after the final. Semi-final 1 Spain, France, and Denmark also voted in this semi-final. The 10 songs that are marked in orange qualified to the final. Semi-final 2 Germany, Italy, and the United Kingdom also voted in this semi-final. The 10 songs that are marked in orange qualified to the final. Final. As in the 2013 contest, the winner was announced as soon as it was mathematically impossible to catch up. In this case, the winner had been determined by the 34th vote, which came from Ukraine. 1. The song is in French, however, there is 1 sentence in English and 1 sentence in Spanish. 2. The song is completely in Italian, however the last line was sung in English at the contest. Scoreboard. Semi-final 1. 12 points below is a summary of the maximum 12 points each country awarded to another in the first semi-final. Below is a summary of the split number 1 selection, by respectively each country's jury and televoters in the first semi-final. Albania, Montenegro, San Marino and Moldova used juries due to vote in televote semi-final 2. 12 points below is a summary of the maximum 12 points each country awarded to another in the second semi-final. Below is a summary of the split number 1 selection, by respectively each country's jury and televoters in the second semi-final. Georgia and Macedonia used juries due to either technical issues with the televoting or an insufficient amount of votes cast during the televote. Period. Final 12 points below is a summary of the maximum 12 points each country awarded to another in the grand final. Below is a summary of the split number 1 selection, by respectively each country's jury and televoters in the grand final.